Well, Schrock Innovations can fix just about any problem anywhere, and it's not a matter of magic. So how does it work? Here to compute this, Thor Schrock. Good morning,
Thanks
Thor.
for having me. Pi Day, it's 3.14. I never thought of that. It's Pi Day.
Sure. What do you like?
I should have brought pie.
Okay. We're game. There's a Village Inn down the street.
Yeah,
we'll go after the show.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I said this, you can fix any problem. You call it the Schrock Desk, this idea, and there are several things that sort of fall under that umbrella, but what is this Schrock Desk you speak of?
Yeah, well, we came up with the Schrock Desk about 3 years ago, and the idea was there are lots of people who are in the workforce right now who are either retiring, you know, by choice or retiring by force, and they're used to having a help desk. They're used to having the guy at work that they can pick up their phone and hit his extension and say, my computer's doing X, Y, and Z, or my office toolbar is missing, or just those stupid little naggy problems that you would never take a computer in anywhere to, you know, can you fix my toolbar? You're like, sure, that's $100. You know, you wouldn't do that. But the Schrock Desk is awesome because what you can do is it's unlimited support. You can pick up your phone and call us, and then we can, just like that old IT guy, or maybe that young IT guy at your old employer, could, you know, log in and see your screen and move your mouse around and do everything for you. We can do that for you, so we don't have to try to walk you through it on the phone using you as our eyes. It makes life a lot easier. And so it's $30 a month. I mean, it's unlimited support, and we can just log in, get done what you need to get done, and then when we're done, we log out. You don't have to clean your house for us. You don't have to come in and see us, you know, none of that stuff.
You're speaking my language now. You mentioned the toolbar, but give us some other examples of the types of problems you can fix.
Yeah, for example, there was a gentleman, excuse me, there was a gentleman that had a wireless router that said it had a firmware update. And it's really important to install, as we talked about that on the show, where when your router needs an update, if you don't install the update, hackers, bad guys, can actually infect your router. And all your computers connect to the internet through your router. So if I infect your router, in essence, I've infected your entire network.
Every device is at risk.
Your phones, everything. And so he had a firmware update, but he didn't know how to do it. And so we connected over the Schrock Desk. These are fun because obviously we're connected over the internet. And when you install a router update, you have to reboot the router. And when you reboot the router, what happens?
The internet?
The internet drops.
Goes away.
Yep, and then it comes back up, and then you have to reconnect again. So those are fun.
Wait a minute, what happened?
Yeah, those are fun. So I'm going to lose you here in a second. Or the really fun ones is when they have Cox phones, and you tell them, okay, I need you to reboot your modem. And they're like, oh, okay. And you're like, but then you're still talking. You're like, but before you do that, and you click. Your phones run through your modem, too. Let's call him back in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, no, but you've seen it all, I imagine, at this point, because you've offered this Schrock Desk for a while now, helping hundreds, thousands of people all over.
Oh, yeah, we've done thousands of sessions. We have hundreds of subscribers just locally here, not to mention the ones in Texas and California that pick up the radio shows, like on iHeartRadio. And then they're like, hey, I need help. I know this place I can call.
Yeah, you can live anywhere and get the service.
We've done Schrock Desks in Sweden for people on vacation. We've done one in China.
So really, you could, as long as you can access that computer, then it doesn't matter where in the world it is.
It even gets through the Great Firewall. It's amazing.
I'm thinking about, like, if somebody needs help, if they get a new printer and they need to install that printer, can you help with something like that?
Absolutely. In fact, when you get a new computer, let's say last week we talked about when is the right time to upgrade. And we talked about all the pains when you go through that. You need someone to hold your hand through that. When you buy a new computer from Schrock, you get 90 days of the Schrock Desk for free. It's 3 months of free Schrock Desk specifically for that, because the day is going to come when you want to hook up that digital camera and you're going to realize, oh my gosh, it's not compatible. How do I get the pictures out of it?
I don't have that CD that came with the camera when I bought it 3 years ago.
Jump on the Schrock Desk and we fix it. Or you get your printer, and when you plug your printer in, it prints, but all the advanced options are missing. You can't scan, you can't do all this other stuff. We can do that for you over the Schrock Desk and set it up.
So then, by the way, you give permission for them to control your stuff. Like, you're not, at any point in time, you're not breaking into somebody's computer when they're not looking.
No, it's not creepy. We can't see your webcam, anything like that.
You have to let you have to let them in. So
we give you a code, actually. So you call us, we give you a code. You go to our website at schrockdesk.com and you put in the code. Now, if you just go to schrockdesk.com right now, guys, you don't have a code, so you can't get in. So we have to both be on the line, basically. We give you a one-time use code. You use the code one time. We have people who, let me write that down. Like, you don't need to write it down. It's only good one time. Just pop the code in. You're good.
No, but that's about the security part of this, too. That's the whole point. Are there still some things that are best done in-house? I mean, you've mentioned a number of things that you can do remotely, but are there still certain issues where you have to bring it into one of the shops?
You know, over the Schrock Desk, we can fix just about anything software related, but there's a line. So, for example, if you need to have your operating system reinstalled, it's really difficult to do that over an internet connection when we're going to reinstall Windows on the computer. So that's best done in the shop. Preventative maintenance checkups. We can do 90% of a maintenance checkup over the Schrock Desk. but it takes so long to do. And see, on the Schrock desk, you're billed hourly for the connection time. In the shop, it's basically like when you go to the mechanic and there's a rate book. But it's like, okay, this thing should take 1 hour of labor. And even if it takes 4 hours of labor, most of that time is automated. On the Schrock desk, we can do a lot of those things, but it's not cost effective for you to do it that way. So those kind of things you want to bring it in, like if your hard drive is failing, for example, you want to bring that in because we can't fix hardware over the Schrock desk. Once we get our teleporters online, though, then we'll be able to, beam your hard drive out and beam a new one
God,
in.
I want to be your first interview when you figure that out. A couple of like really basic short questions here. Free pickup and drop off?
Absolutely, yeah. If you can't get out of your house, maybe you're disabled or you're handicapped or you just don't feel like carrying that computer around, we will come to you, pick it up, and then drop it off and hook it up again for you for free.
And then you mentioned the price per month for Schrock Desk?
$30 a month.
And you can get it online?
You can do it over the internet.
over
You
the
can
phone?
email us and say, I want to do it. We can connect to Windows devices, Windows-based devices like our Windows tablets. We can Schrock Desk into those. Also, you can cancel it anytime you want. So if you get the Schrock Desk and after a few months you're like, well, you fixed all my problems, I don't really need this anymore, you can cancel anytime you want.
You can learn more online, SchrockInnovations.com. I think this is a really smart gift idea. Throwing it out there because we all have somebody in our lives, they call you when they need something. Get them the Schrock Desk so that, boom, they don't have any guilt about it and you're not getting the calls.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Thor. Great to see you, Thor.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.